What's going on, everybody? I decided to put a video together of my N64 collection for the month of August 2016. I'm going to talk over it, give my opinions on some of the games, and if you enjoy this, let me know what system you would want to see a video of next, because I collect pretty much everything. But here we go, let's start with my boxed games. Alright, so we'll start with my boxed games. I've got quite a few. Some of them are pretty good. Quite a few sports games. Now when it comes to N64 games, I only need about, give or take, like 50, 55 more games, and then I have the entire American released library. So every week I go to the flea market and I look for N64 games. So some of them aren't in the best condition, but I'll do a label upgrade eventually if I find one. But even as I'm recording this, I've already gotten more N64 games that won't be featured in this video because I had already recorded it, and then I went to the flea market and got some more. But some decent box games there. You saw Goldeneye, you saw two different versions of Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, some pretty decent games, Donkey Kong. And yeah, like I said, quite a few sports games. There's Mario Party. The N64, Mario Kart, the N64 has a large library of sports games, and most of the 50, 55 games I'm missing are sports games. Here we get into the loose games, some in better condition than others, but they all work, they've all been played. I've been thinking about doing a live stream of, N64 games. I used to do Wednesdays, I used to do NES games. Saturdays I used to do SNES games, and I'm thinking of bringing that back and maybe doing N64 games one day, like a day of the week. I haven't really decided yet. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd want to watch. Quest 64, really the only RPG on the system, and it's not very good. Backstage Assault, awful wrestling game, one of the worst. F-Zero X, great racing. As you see, some of these carts are a little muffed up, but there's always label upgrades. Once I get the full collection, then I'll start worrying about label upgrades and worrying about getting the boxes for everything. Right now I'm just worried about getting all of them and having the complete collection. So like I said, every week I go to the flea market and I try to find a few. I think this week that won't be featured in this video, I found like 3. Off the top of my head I can't remember what they are. One of them was Blitz 2001, but there's Blitz and Blitz 2000. I don't have the special edition, and I don't have, well, now I have 2001. Didn't have it at the time of this recording. Snowboard Kids and Snowboard Kids 2, both excellent games. San Francisco Rush. The Rush games are a lot of fun. And here's a Quarterback Club. Like I said, lots of sports games. There's 4. I might not even have them all. I think I'm missing one. New Tetris. There's a lot of good puzzle games. Pokemon Puzzle League is in here somewhere. I might have already missed it, but that game is one of my all-time favorite puzzle games. Got a couple Japanese games there. Perfect Dark. Love to find the box for that one of these days. Star Wars Episode 1 Racers, probably the best thing that came out of that movie. Mario Party 2, Mario Party 3, and as you saw earlier, I had Mario Party, the original, in the box. Got the whole trilogy there. Japanese Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Stadium 1, and then Pokemon Stadium 2, which is a label upgrade. My old Pokemon Stadium had like no label. It was faded off and all was like a silver, it looked like somebody stuck tinfoil to the cartridge. It was the weirdest thing, but I've since got a label upgrade, and I already sold the fucked up label, so that's gone. Made a little bit of my money back. You saw Starfox and Super Smash Bros, Diddy Kong Racing, all some of the 3 best games on the systems. Doom 64 is really dark, like actually dark, like you can't see anything, but still a great game. Cruising games are excellent. And here's Madden. I think I'm still missing a Madden too. 2000, 2001, 2002. I think there's one that I don't have. Knockout Kings are actually really good. Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, two of the must-haves on the system. Harvest Moon 64, another must-have. That game is addicting for no reason at all. You just do the same stuff every time, but it's so good. And there's Pokemon Puzzle League, like I was saying earlier, my favorite puzzle game. Pokemon Snap, the original Pokemon Go. Mortal Kombat Trilogy and Mortal Kombat 4. Great fighting games. I love the Mortal Kombat games. Trilogy is probably my favorite, even though it's so unbalanced that it's almost unplayable, but if you play with two people, it's great. There's Conker's Bad Fur Day, gone up incredibly high. Mega Man 64. A Bug's Life that needs a label upgrade. But Conker's Bad Fur Day, the price has skyrocketed. It's like if you can get it for under $70, you got a good deal. Back when I got it, oh, No Mercy, one of the greatest wrestling games ever. I had Wrestlemania 2000 in the box. That's another great game. But if you can find Conker's Bad Fur Day for under like $70, you got a hell of a deal. I bought it when it was still fairly cheap. I think I paid, I want to say $70 for it and another game that I'm blanking on. I can't remember what it was. Mischief Makers is kind of one of those games that flew under the radar that's really good. You should definitely check it out. One of the N64 games I am missing that I want is the Hercules game that's based off of that weird TV show. It's actually a really good game. It's kind of like a Zelda game, you know, adventure RPG-ish game, and I've been looking for it. I can't find it anywhere. Resident Evil 2, one of my all-time favorite games. I like the original more, but 2 was the only one that made it to the N64, and it's still excellent. I mean, 2 is one of the greatest games ever made. I just prefer the first one. Kirby, Crystal Shards, excellent game. Yoshi Story, it's okay, pretty decent, kind of short if I remember right. Pilot Wings, gotta have Pilot Wings. Quake. Nitro is not the best wrestling game, but there's much worse out there. Another label upgrade needed for Star Wars. WCW vs. NWO World Tour is probably my favorite wrestling game on the N64. I like it more than WWF Attitude you just seen there. That game is fucking awful. Spider-Man, I played it on the PlayStation, loved it. I don't think I've ever played the N64 version, but I would assume it's much of the same, if not the exact same, but the game is great, so play it on the PlayStation. Got a Game Shark, Bass Hunter, kinda needs a label upgrade. Fighting Force 64, another game I played on the PlayStation. I never played the N64 version, but I love the PlayStation game. So definitely check that out. If they're the same, then definitely check out the N64 version too, but I loved it on the PlayStation. Hey You Pikachu, the motherfucker never listened to a word I said. I remember going over a friend's house and him yelling at it and it just not reacting in the least bit. We're coming up to my last 4 N64 games, and saved the rarest for the last. This is probably the rarest game I own in general. That's Clay Fighter's Sculptor's Cut. Found it at a thrift store along with, I believe, Majora's Mask. Paid $4 for the pair, so my best find to date. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, leave me a comment. Let me know what system you would like to see next. I'll do more of these if there's an audience for it. Just my N64 games were the easiest ones to do, so I picked that first. If you want to see a video of specific collection I have, and me talking over it, let me know, and I'll definitely do it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. Please subscribe, and I will talk to everybody later.